tear their muscles on purpose. Why? It's to get stronger, not to put you down, but to make you stronger. Right? So like this, the wilderness season is something that will eventually make you stronger. And many of the questions we may ask during this season, because we don't understand, is why me? Why am I going through this season? Why is God doing this to me? Right? And in the next few slides, we'll go through some of the reasons that God has shown me and I've seen in my studies. And I've been going through a wilderness course, and not in school, but just on my own, just to see by John Bevere. He's a very good teacher, and I recommend you look him up, John Bevere. He has a good class on the wilderness. Anyway, as I keep going, the first point that I would like to look at is growth. One of the reasons of the wilderness season is growth. It helps us grow to the next level. Like you're in the gym, like you're lifting weights, you're not always staying at 20 pounds or 10 pounds. You're continually pushing yourself to the next level. James 1:1-2, it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers, when you encounter trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith develops what? Perseverance. Allow perseverance to finish its work, so that you may be what? Mature," right? Maturity requires growth, right? And complete, not lacking anything. One of the things that happens when you go to wilderness season is growth. And in that season, you may doubt and you may complain, but I want you to keep perspective that this is better in life. Amen? The next thing that the wilderness season does, it humbles you. And it's easy for us to say sometimes that we can do everything on our own, right? And in this, especially in this country, we provide ourselves with food, or we think we provide ourselves with food and clothing, but really God is the one who does all of it. But it's sometimes easy to think that we earned our own money and then we bought the food and clothes and everything. But the wilderness season teaches you humility. It will teach you to trust completely in God. Amen? It takes away all other boastfulness you have in yourself and teaches you to completely rely on God. Israelites had to rely on God for everything, especially in the wilderness, for food, for shelter, for everything they had to rely on God. But even then, they did not humble themselves. They complained, right? And a journey that should have, taken, and some people might 11 days took 40 years, right? A short journey took an amazingly long amount of time. And you don't need to take that long in the wilderness. If you've learned what you needed to learn in the wilderness season, you can be in and out. But some people repeat the wilderness season because they don't learn. And what should have taken 11 days took 40 years. Because they did not humble themselves, they had unbelief, and they went after the things of this world. The next thing, and Pastor Sushil talked about this in his seminar, is refinement. The wilderness season cleanses us. It brings our hidden impurities to the surface. If you've seen the smelting of gold, or how they get pure gold or pure silver, they heat it to a really high temperature, and then the impurities come out. So that heat signifies a wilderness season. The only way you can get the impurities out is to heat it up, right? So sometimes God may take you through the furnace to take the impurities out of you. Impurities that you may not even know that's in your life. Sometimes the worst part of us comes out when we're going through a trial, right? And it is up to you, after that impurity is revealed, it's up to you what to do with that. Do you leave it to God to take it away from you? Or do you keep holding on to it and you continue to go through the wilderness season again? It's up to you to learn. And in Isaiah 1:25, concerning the Israelites, he says, "I will turn my hand against you. I will thoroughly purge away your dross," which is worthless, rubbish things, and remove all your impurities. Job, when he was going through his difficulty, says, "But he knows the way I take. When he has tried me, I shall come out as what? As gold." Amen? And the final thing that it does is it prepares you for the next season. Like I said, it's easy to ask, why me? Why me? Why am I going through this trouble? What if the things you're learning now in your wilderness season are to prepare you for your next season in life? Exactly like how you don't put your kid directly into college right when they're born. right? Nobody does that. You have to go to pre-K, elementary, middle school, high school, and then get to college. So what if God is preparing you in your wilderness season to go to the next level? So it is up to you. What does this mean for me? What does this mean for me? That is the question. You have some decisions to make. Do you choose to trust God or to trust in yourself? Do you choose to rely on yourself or to rely completely on God? Do you choose to believe in God's promises in the Bible or refuse God's plan in your life? Will you hold on to your impurities after God has revealed them, or will you let God cleanse you? And one of the big things, will you complain in your wilderness season? Are you going to complain and keep saying, why me? Or are you going to learn in the wilderness season? I beg you today to keep the mindset, a learning mindset in the wilderness, not a complaining attitude like the Israelites had. Have a mindset of learning and listening to God. Enjoy the process of the wilderness. I know that may be hard to do because there may be pain. Like when you're working out, there's pain. But enjoy the process because you'll see the fruits of it down the line. And like I said, a common misconception is the wilderness doesn't always mean that you've done something wrong. Right? It doesn't mean you've done something wrong. It is an educational thing that God is bringing you through. And a good quote from John Bevere is, you can't shorten the wilderness, but you can definitely prolong it. Just like the Israelites did. You can definitely prolong your wilderness season. So let God teach you in the wilderness time. And it might be not just you. It may be the church that's going through the wilderness season. It may be different groups of people going through the wilderness season. Maybe your family going through the wilderness season. Let God teach you in the wilderness time. Don't block out his voice. Listen to his voice. Amen? That's all I have for you today. Thank you.